Yeah, very good. It's great to be with you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's unusual to be back to back with representatives from Wisconsin, but I would also really like to know kind of what your interpretation is of how some of the federal dollars as they have flowed to the states. And I know in Wisconsin, and Congressman Pocan's well aware of this, that the executive branch there has almost complete and full utilization of any of the federal dollars that come through. So I think it's been frustrating for some of my colleagues in the legislature not to have the type of oversight that we're used to through the Joint Finance Committee, of which Representative Pocan was an honored member of for many, many years. So I'd be also curious to figure out kind of where we're at, and is that going to have an effect on Wisconsin state budget? If I could just jump to a couple other things. The one is it, there's an issue, and obviously you're aware of this, but student privacy continues to kind of emerge as an issue that I'm hearing about back in the district. And it's not even from the perspective of just individual student information or files, but kind of overreaching in Wisconsin, the Department of Public Construction, their access to some of this information, and then how that information is gathered. And I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on that, because it seems, like I said, it seems to be emerging as a big issue, not just in my state, but I think nationwide.
Thank you for that. I'll share with you, and thank you for, first of all, for your ask about more information on the previous topic. Our team will reach out and share more as we have more information.
Thank you.
But when the pandemic hit, one of the first things we did when we went over to remote was provide access to programs, right, online for students who are now at home. Previously, we were trying to get laptops in the hands of kids as quickly as possible. There was a process where you would take those laptops and make sure that we put all the firewalls in, which we had to do, but also the privacy statements and all these contracts that we would have with third parties who are providing content now digitally was something that took a little while, where now we're bringing thousands and thousands of computers in with programming. So the student privacy question came up. And how do we make sure that we're giving students access without compromising their safety or their privacy? And we have to work very carefully on that. And it did take a lot of time and energy at the state level to make sure that we're protecting students while also giving them access. So I appreciate that sentiment. It's a very nuanced concern, but one that we take seriously as a result, because student privacy is at stake. So what I can do is offer availability of my team who's looking at that issue to hear more concerns from you and provide more information that's more specific around the issue of student privacy.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much for that answer. Yeah, it seems to, over the last couple of years, it seems to have emerged as an issue that keeps popping up. So let me just shift real quickly. The other thing I just want to talk about is physical security in and around school buildings. In Wisconsin, we had a number of different incidents where law enforcement was involved. Sometimes it was a student that maybe shouldn't have been on campus or within the district, and security concerns continued to emerge. So what had happened was there were dollars available through a grant program for many of the schools in Wisconsin to kind of tap into and once again, enhance the physical security. So even if they had maybe a community officer on the grounds, or if there were specific instances, but it was wildly successful. And I would just urge you, it's something that I think, because oftentimes, unfortunately, if there's a major incident like a school shooting or that, the immediate reaction is not necessarily to take a look at the physical limitations of some of these schools. Some of these schools that have been around for 50, 60, 70, 80 years that need to be improved and need to be enhanced. And it was something, I don't know that it's something that, I understand you're just kind of getting your feet wet. You're just jumping in on this. But I would urge you to kind of take a look at that, because I think it's going to become, again, something very important. And I think many school boards throughout this nation are going to start to take a hard look at those types of improvements instead of just building new facilities, which I understand is also happening.
Thank you, sir. As a principal during 9/11 and the Sandy Hook massacre, I understand plant safety and the importance of making sure that the environment is safe for students and educators. Thank you for sharing that information. Look forward to hearing more and communicating more with your team as well.
Thank you very much. It was good to be with you today, and look forward to working with your team. Thank you.